You're listening to The Power Project. I'm your host, Brandy Voth, and it's my goal each week to inspire you and empower you to go out and lead purpose-filled lives while owning your God-given power. My guest today is a really good friend of mine, and we were able to record in my favorite way, which is just face-to-face, hanging out, talking about all the things. They invited me down to their super fancy podcast recording studio. You guys, if you're at home wondering what it looks like for me to record, I'm typically not in a fancy studio. This was my first experience with that. But nonetheless, it did not change the fact that we were two girlfriends hanging out, laughing, and sharing some stories. I know that you guys are going to love my conversation with my friend Shandon. So without further ado, let's jump right in, shall we? Okay, you guys, so I'm sitting here at the desk with my good girlfriend, Shandon, and we didn't even call each other. We're matching. I wish those of you listening could see just how cute we are. I drove like 81 miles just to do this interview in person instead of remotely because I love this girl so much.
Aww.
And we cute. So Shandon is the founder of Flawless Finish, which is it beauty lifestyle brand?
It is actually a nail and makeup studio.
Nail and makeup studio.
They specialize in beauty and making people amazingly gorgeous.
Yep. She is also the co-host of the soon-to-be launching Chucks and Stilettos.
Yes, I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Listen, do you know how few podcast hosts I know in person in the DFW area? Like, about one.
No.
For real, yeah. There are just not a lot of, like, podcast hosts in this area that I know. And I've been working on these podcast meetups so that we can get more people in the community. If you go to Nashville, there's a ton of podcast hosts. Mm-hmm. And if you go to Washington State, there's a lot in Washington. There, Austin, tons. But do you know other podcast hosts in the area? Or am I the only one you know?
There I know of probably two. I know one that used to be our friend Vicky.
Oh yeah, but we're gonna get her up and rolling again. I think we're gonna.
She used to because she was great.
Yeah, she's so good. I'm interviewing her next, and we're gonna get her back in the game.
But I guess not. But this is my first time ever going to this field, so I really hadn't researched it to know.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I
didn't know anything about podcasting before I got into it. Like nothing, other than I listened to
still don't. What was the question you asked me?
Oh, this is so good. It's so good. So,
and I was like,
wait, I'm gonna ask it right here.
Don't do it.
Miss Vicky. Miss Shandon. I'm like going to call for Miss Vicky to come in here just so she can tell us.
That was funny.
All right. So what platform is your podcast on?
Cut. I told her, ma'am, this is new to me. I don't even know what that is. That's so sad. So I'm thinking it's like the YouTube base or whatever. Is that what you mean? What does it mean? Don't laugh at me, people.
Yeah.
It's totally new. I do nails and makeup.
I said, so, like, are you going to be on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts? She said,
sure. I am.
Just go talk to my producer. I'm like, oh, you bougie.
You probably did say that. Hey, they know. He knows. I was clueless. Now that I know, I bet I'll have the answer next time.
I love it. So we're sitting today, and this is just like, y'all, she's bougie. Like,
and this is where it's going to, you're in where it's going to be.
Yeah, we're in the studio, and it is fancy. It is fancy. It is bougie. We got all kinds of 1, 2,
everything.
3,
like
4,
everywhere.
5. I see 6 different types of mics.
Like everything, lights,
multiple
camera,
tripods.
action.
There's light screens. There's a green screen. There's soundproof panels.
Yep.
You know where all of my magic happens, most of the time.
You kind of told me, but it's magical still.
Like my office, my closet, my bed, my car.
The closet.
The closet.
The car.
Yeah. The closet has the best sound output, but the Wi-Fi.
But that's real, though.
The Wi-Fi is low in the closet, so it's like if I'm doing a solo episode, I'm good in the closet. But if I'm doing a remote, it's like I can't hear you.
I love her.
So this is exactly why I'm here in person, because you and I can sit here and talk about nothing forever and just laugh. I love it. Absolutely love it. So
Shandon was introduced to my life a few years ago. I don't know how I made it before I knew you, before I had you.
Aww, you're so sweet.
Come on, I love it. We were meant to be friends. We really were.
I really believe so, because we were introduced by an ex-boyfriend.
Yes, who will remain nameless.
And notice we said ex.
And
we're still here.
Yeah. And he's probably going to listen to this podcast. He's
it's okay.
How'd they get to be friends? Wait, what?
Hey, things happen for a reason. It's okay. I'm good with it.
That's right. I don't think anyone's brought into your life by accident. I think everyone is placed along the steps. And you are a very purpose-driven female, which is my favorite kind of people in the whole wide world. You're definitely following God's call for your life.
And that just happened. I didn't used to be that.
Yeah? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me when...
Because I didn't know what that was.
So tell me about, I like to hear people's purpose journey. How long has it been that you've really been following, walking in purpose?
Oh, goodness, I'm telling you, that had always been. Probably I've been here 2 years, and I was where I was 4 years. Probably about the last 6 years, maybe.
Okay.
And it took me a minute to get it, because I never knew what it was.
Yeah.
Although, it was part of what I've been doing forever. With women.
Yes.
Since I've been doing nails and makeup for 28 years now. But I didn't think that was my purpose. I just thought it was beauty.
Right.
Right. But it really is. And it's a lot of women that I come in contact with.
Yeah. This is exactly what we just talked about a while ago. And what I always say, you can be walking in purpose in any place of life, anywhere that God positions you, anywhere he puts you in life. You can be walking in purpose. You can utilize your God-given gifts, your God-given passions. You might think I like to do makeup and I like to do nails, right?
But there's more to it. It's deeper than that.
It's about serving the community that is placed in front of you, right? It's about how you impact them.
Absolutely.
How you make them feel.
Absolutely.
Do they see some Jesus in you?
Absolutely.
Right?
I mean, I try to. No, I'm kidding. Yes. yes.
I didn't say that we was perfect.
Absolutely
I was just saying that I see some Jesus in
It was only one person on the planet.
That's right. So at what point did you kind of realize that this could be more? Was there any certain interaction or any certain point in time or any maybe call from God where you just felt I can serve women? It's more than makeup. It's more than nails.
That was probably the salon prior to here. Had a whole lot to do with my purpose and what you just say.
Yes.
What you just said. Because my relationship with God had to be stronger for me to realize my purpose. And that's how it happened. So I guess it was the Lord tapping me on my shoulder, Shannon, this is it. Because out of all of Flawless Finish birthed the nonprofit for Beauty Within that I have. You don't know about that. But it has to do
we're going to talk about it.
It has to do with my purpose for single moms. Because that was me for so long. And still is, because I have a 16-year-old. Did you know I had a 16-year-old?
Girl, you guys so much family.
I know. I have 4 kids, but I have a 16-year-old. Some other 3 are grown. So I'm a single mom, and out of that was birthed Beauty Within.
Tell me about that.
It's a nonprofit that I'm starting. I still on ground level, but I give back to single women, not struggling. I hate that word per se, but never able to do anything for themselves. It's for when they want to have a pampering day, and they can't. Some women can't afford it. Some women don't have time. Some women don't think they're worth it, or whatever. So I just pull out the single women. It started in my church for women in my church, but now I think I'm taking it abroad or whatever.
Yeah. So I think that okay, so first off, I want to back up on this. Were you always a God-fearing woman?
No, ma'am. No, I always went to church just because you're supposed to go to church. For the black people,
listen,
you can't.
You know, I was raised Pentecostal.
Oh my God, you know. You're going to church in my house.
We're going to church.
I don't care what you did the night before. You're going to church. So, no, not always God-fearing. But in my 20s, although I was out there kicking it, clubbing, drinking, it was always something tugging at me. Shannon, that's not what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So I think my true, real, God honest, I'm sold out relationship came when I was at the salon before here, about 4 years ago, 6 years ago.
What happened there?
The people that I work with were incredible. The girls, I didn't know you then. I think I met you at the end of that.
You met me, yeah.
Because I was still down there.
You were still there.
Yes.
But you transitioned over here quickly.
They really, usually ladies are messy and nasty and salons you've been in and gossiping. And that was not the case. I never worked in a salon like the salon I worked in. Mm-hmm. And they love the Lord for real. They prayed for real. If they tell you, Shandon, I'm praying for you, they pray for real. Mm-hmm. But people say I'm praying for you and not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I just saw their relationship, and it made me want to. I knew him, and thought I was sold out then, but my relationship wasn't as tight knit as it needed to be. Mm-hmm. So that salon was my spiritual growth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then isn't it? I think it's beautiful that when we lean into that, mm-hmm. and when we just get, because like I've known Jesus since I was 4 years old in my heart, right? Right. Always knew him, never lost that relationship, even if I wasn't being obedient, right? But I think that, I don't know what it looked like for you. For me, it looked like me literally saying, like, I'm not running anything, right? Like,
this is not about me.
Yeah, this is not about me. I don't have control over this. And it came down to me just getting quiet and listening, mm-hmm. and saying, okay, if there's a call from our life or there's a direction, I need you to point me in it. I need you to guide me in it, and I need to know it's from you. Because I'm real good at arguing with God and being like,
are you sure?
Are you sure?
I know.
You want me to do, and then I like to go like, is that my idea or God's idea? Like, who's talking?
I just did that the other day.
Yeah, why do we do that?
Is that me? But God is so funny. I love him. He has a truck pass by and say something that I just said, and I was like, okay, it was you, because I would have never seen that on the back of this truck.
Wait, do you know my truck story? Do you know my truck story?
No!
Shut up, Shandon.
You do not have a truck story, too.
I swear, but I want to know, what did your truck say?
Oh, God, this was years ago. I cannot remember. I took a picture of it. I can't remember. But it was something if it's going to be this, that, and the third. It was almost like a fleece, how you can fleece God. Uh-huh. And then the truck drove by with the exact same thing that I just told him. I almost freaked out.
Okay, so listen, this is the honest goodness truth. I don't think I've talked about this on the podcast yet. So we were on vacation this summer. We had that one little vacation that just went crazy, and nothing good happened on it. And I just needed to get home to Texas. So I was like, anxiety at an all-time high. It had been 9 days of nothing short of a hellacious vacation. We named it Hellcation.
Vacation?
It was bad. Everything went bad. And so I'm like, I just need to get home. We're stuck on this highway that has been closed down for 3 hours. There is road rage. We're in the mountains. People are losing their minds. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, truck driver had a gun pulled. There was a lot.
Okay.
It was a lot. So, and my husband is in a real big hurry to get home because we just need to get home after this vacation. It's been awful. Mm-hmm. So he's like tailgating so bad. And we're in a 40-foot motorhome with a trailer behind us in the mountains.
Oh.
I'm going to need you to slow down and back up. Right? And so I decide, all right, well, the best way I could like calm my anxiety right now is to just, I'm gonna journal. I'm gonna pull out my Devo. I'm gonna put some Lauren Daigle in my ears. Like, we're gonna chill.
Love her.
Chill, right? So I'm doing this, and I'm like, I flip, and I get this like Isaiah 40 and 31. Those that wait upon the Lord, mm-hmm, right? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I'm like, I know, God. How do I wait on you? Like, I'm an achiever, right? Mm-hmm. I need mm-hmm. action steps. Mm-hmm. So I'm writing down this scripture, and I'm writing down those who wait. Darren slams his brakes on, and I look up to yell at him because he's tailgating the truck in front of us. Mm-hmm. And the truck in front of us has a big blue square that says trust. Isaiah 40 and 31. I'm not kidding you, Shandon. I believe you. I said, that's my scripture. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, no, I'm writing it right now. Like, I'm right. Okay. So I love those moments.
That was it. Yeah. I wish I'd have the picture at home.
You're going to have to look it up, and you're going to have to text me and tell me what
I just remember busting in tears. I said, well, okay, Jesus. On my way to church. I was on my way to church.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And it's one of those where you're like, all right, I get it. I'm mm-hmm. listening. Like, you've made it so clear I can't ignore you. Mm-hmm. Like, that's exactly where I feel like I am in life right now.
But what I love about him is you always give us those moments. Mm-hmm. You always give us a little cute sign or something.
We just got to be still enough and quiet enough to recognize it, right? Mm-hmm. That's why we got to sit still sometimes. Mm-hmm. I don't sit still well. Do you sit still well?
But I'm better. I'm better. I have to get out of his way.
Yeah. All right, so mm-hmm. we've got the flawless finish. And what do you have going on with that right now?
I just launched my eyelash line.
Oh, look at those. I I love that you can rock those lashes. I wear them and I'm like, I don't know if I can see.
Ma'am, your lashes are already long.
Thank you.
Like they look like these.
Oh, watch out now. I mean, I got a little help from my friends.
They're cute.
So we got the lash line coming out. We
do.
got the Beauty Within that we are doing nonprofit wise. But let's talk about what we're here to talk about in this fancy studio.
It's a little fancy.
It's fancy. I'm gonna take some pictures and show you guys in a bit. Let's talk about this podcast and what sparked you to do it, the story behind it, the mission behind it, the vision for it.
The story behind it. I just got out of a relationship with this guy. No names. And I was sick of it. I'm done. I'm over it. I don't think I want to. I've been married twice. I don't think I want to be in a relationship anymore. But it's a whole lot of stuff that I learned from that relationship because it was kind of good. Some of the things in it, he was a good guy. Don't get me wrong. No male bashing at all. But I just wasn't. It was more me. Mm-hmm. And it was him, but it was more me. And I said, you know what? I just don't want to do it. I'm good. I don't want to do it. Then my co-host just got one where he was on and off and on and off. We used to tease him and go, are y'all back together again? It was just like that. So at one point, he's finally done. And I was just sitting in the shop and I was like, we should do a show out of nowhere. And he's like, I'm not doing a show. I said, it would be so great. It should be, the difference between our show is it needs to be real and transparent. Mm-hmm. And people need to know because I was probably 35, 40% wrong in this one. Mm-hmm. And I've probably been 50 and 60% wrong in others. Mm-hmm. And people need to see it because we always go, oh, he wasn't. But what if it was me? Mm-hmm. Mind you, the person that I met you through, it wasn't me. But anyway.
Listen, I'm still mad at him.
But it's just people need to see stuff. And I know a lot of people or what have you. I have a lot of single friends. I have a really good friend. She's a serial dater. Serial online dater. I mean, it's just, so we're going to talk about a whole lot of stuff on the show.
This episode brought to you and funded by Powerful Beauty. Are you thinking right now that you've heard enough and you are ready to start your own purpose-filled business? Well, then I think you should head over to the-powerproject.com/powerful business. Watch my video, read my story, and then book a discovery call where we can chat about how you too can be running your very own business full of purpose. That's the-powerproject.com/powerful business.
Well, and I think it's, it's conversation that obviously everyone needs to have because relationships are the most intricate, like marriage is the most intricate relationship on the face of the planet.
I believe so.
It literally is the truest form, I think, of like us learning undeserved grace for others, right? Mm-hmm. It's also the
Been
truest.
Married twice. I know.
Yeah, I know. It's also the truest form of us learning that we are, and I think when we accept this, like you're saying, to this same topic, when we accept that we are all flawed human beings in need of a savior, right? It's not that person's job to fix us.
Absolutely not.
It's not our job to fix them. So release yourself from that right now.
Please, you can't change anybody, people.
Yeah.
That's Jesus's job.
That's right. And so I think that there's so much conversation to be had here because so much of it looks like you grew up and you're taught like, oh, you're going to fall in love and you're going to get married.
You're going to have a white picket fence.
And it's going to be easy.
Absolutely,
and you're not going to
problems.
fight. And you're not going to have to love one another even when you don't like one another.
Right.
I heard a pastor at a conference speak recently. I believe it was I don't want to give the wrong credit to the wrong person.
Yeah, don't.
So I'm going to back up. Yeah, I'm like, wait, it was one of two, but I don't want to say the wrong one. But he talked about love as an action.
Mm-hmm. True.
We get so confused with the fact that love is an emotion, but it's an active process where we have to love one another, where we have to extend grace, where we have to hold each other accountable, where we have to say like, come on, I'm up here. I need you to come up here with me. Like, it's not my job to fix you, but I am going to call you to a higher standard.
Absolutely. Standards are good.
So in this podcast, have you guys recorded all the episodes yet? Or are you in recording process right now?
It's actually in the recording process. Our first show is on the 9th.
Okay.
October 9th.
So like next week. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What are you most hoping to give your audience out of this podcast?
Realness. That they say to real people that have been through some things, and to help them go through whatever they're going through. Show them people that probably going through some of the same things they are going through, because we're going to have guests on the show as well. And then it's going to be fun too. It's not all going to be serious. Right. It's going to be fun too. Well, because that's a relationship.
That's life, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to laugh. We're going to cry.
We're going to laugh. We're going to cry. And I'm a crybaby, so I'll probably be crying most. I'm a crybaby.
So what type of things, when you talk about getting authentic and real and vulnerable, are you going there, Shandon?
I'm going to go there.
Yeah.
I got some stories.
We're going to talk about the good, the bad, the
and
ugly.
the ugly, and all in between.
Are you talking about
I'm not going to call names, so don't y'all get scared.
Listen, I have a girlfriend that is in the dating scene, and I tell her I could create a podcast is just dating stories.
I promise you could.
I mean,
you would be the number one. Because it's crazy out here. I don't even want to do it. I had a girlfriend. You know her. Really good girlfriend. Had a friend over. And they're drinking, laughing, Next morning, the wife calls her. What? I'm like, you didn't know? She said, Jenna, I wouldn't have had him here if I'd have known he was married. Yeah. And I said, how do you know? Because women lie. How do you know she wasn't lying? She said, because I confronted him with, how dare you? And he never... So if you're not going to talk to me anymore, then it's true, Oh,
my gosh.
It's just too much. It's so much on the dating thing.
Girl. Literally, I've been out of the game for a minute.
Stay out, ma'am. Stay married until Jesus comes.
I tell my husband, I'm like, there are two things that I will never, ever leave you because of. One, I don't ever want to have to take care of these kids by myself. I need support with me. I need someone that can just sympathize that they're being kind of jerks today, right? And two, I don't ever need to be on that dating scene.
Do not.
I don't envy it.
You do not. I told a girl, my client yesterday, God is literally going to have to come off the throne and go, daughter, it's me. He's good. And I'm going to say, are you sure?
Are you sure? But are you sure?
Are you sure, God? Because you already know. I'm too old first to go through anything.
Oh, you're not too old for nothing. Nothing.
Ma'am, I'm not 30 anymore.
I don't care. We still got half our life. Because it is, okay, we are built to be in relationship, and you know this. And we are better together.
I know it.
Man was created for God, woman was created for man.
Blah, blah.
I'm not giving up on this. I'm going to dance at your wedding.
You wouldn't have everybody else.
I promise.
Okay.
But I have a girlfriend that says she's a widow and she's been single for about, I think, 8 years at this point, and she's not re-entered the dating scene, the relationship scene, and she's done this whole, and she listens to the podcast.
How long has she been a widow?
8 years.
Oh, wow.
But she just in the past year started her 2.0 series of life. Okay, we stepped out of our grief and now we've taken back action, taken control of our life. We're being the best version of ourselves. And so I said, okay, well, we're gonna have to put dating on the list. And she's like,
how hard you start.
If God wants me to be married again, He's going to send me the man. Okay, except you live in a town of 900 people and you're related to 400 of them.
I kid not. Ma'am?
And sister, if you need a job, you got to go fill out an application. You got to put some resumes out there. So,
see, Brandy, I don't know.
I'm just saying, you got to be available to the idea.
I know.
Maybe not right now.
I know it.
But in the future. We'll go through the podcast. You're really going to get so many dating prospects through this podcast.
Don't believe the hype.
You have all the men coming out. They're
going please.
Are you videoing it? Are you? Oh,
we're going to do live as well.
You and your co-host, he's pretty good looking.
Yes, he looks all right. I'm kidding.
I got the two.
He is handsome.
The two of you look really good.
Everybody think that we're a couple. When I tell you I have one client that doesn't. She said, you guys, you swear y'all are brothers and sisters. I said, thank you. Everybody else think we're husband and wife.
I don't think you're husband and wife, but I think you should be.
No, if you ever listen, Jerome, it's not. No.
Yeah. And you guys, you're gonna have to tune into her podcast because I told her boys aren't allowed on this one as of now.
That was funny to me.
Yeah,
I laughed so hard.
It's for women by women.
Oh,
for
then
now.
of course, for now.
But you're gonna have to tune into hers because he's not bad on the eyes.
He's not. He's a really good guy.
Yeah. So have you guys have you met anyone that you just can't wait for people to hear their story on the podcast?
You know, Vicky and Eric. They're one of my favorite couples in the whole wide world.
I love them. I'm interviewing her after you.
She's amazing.
Y'all, you want to talk about like a powerhouse, purpose-driven female.
It's her. And she's the same 24/7. I met her 2 years ago with that big smile, and I hadn't seen it disappear since.
Oh, I've never seen her without that smile.
She's amazing.
It's amazing. And
she's amazing. She's a good.
How lucky am I that I have these cool people that you've introduced me to?
Because you're amazing.
And I'm willing to drive like 2 hours to come hang out with you because I'm like, why you gotta live so far away?
We're gonna have to come hang out with you one
Come
day.
to the country. We come to the country.
It is as long as in the daytime.
The bugs.
In the daytime.
And the raccoons.
In the daytime.
Y'all, she loves me a lot when she comes to the country, I promise. Because Shannon don't do country.
I do not. I do not. That's hilarious.
Oh, what's scarier? The country or dating?
The country. The country. Oh my God.
Oh.
Dating is scary though.
What? Okay, do you have any like super like, you don't have to give away anything you're going to do on the podcast. Do you have any super bogus?
What is happening?
Somebody's planting something in the corner of fax. Maybe a fax is coming through. I don't know. I don't have a fax machine in my closet. So we might have to have a new show. You might have Chucks and Stilettos, and then we got Shannon and Brandy.
Hey, I love it.
I think we could do it. So what is the most random? I'll share a story with you, and then you can share a story with me.
Okay.
So my girlfriend that I say we need a dating chronicles. She goes and she's like, so her friends like put her on one of these dating sites or whatever,
God, okay.
and it became a game. Like, let's just sign her up. And she's like, whatever. It's just entertainment at this point. Like, it's dinner and entertainment. There's no qualified candidates.
Right.
So she says, we go to dinner, and she says, I'm so over these high maintenance guys. And he orders a salad, and she said he had already been pretty high maintenance, and they bring the salad out, and he sends the salad back because the lettuce is not cold enough.
Oh.
And she said,
Really?
This was her over it moment. She said, I dropped my fork. I said, I can't. And he's like, oh, what? Is your salad not good? She goes, no, you're not. I can't.
Oh.
I have to leave now. And he's like, she goes, you sent your salad back because your lettuce wasn't cold enough. You're just a little too high maintenance
That's
for me.
beyond high maintenance. That's kind of crazy, strange.
Yeah. She's like, he might
So
have
what
been
else
delightful.
are you? No.
She's like, I couldn't tell over the salad. So do you have any just totally like random, like, I can't believe you just did that on a date moments?
I haven't dated, Brandy. I don't. The last guy we were together 8 months. Just guess I know the story. He did a lot. I don't want to talk about him right now. I don't.
Nothing funny. Okay, all right. We'll save it. We'll save it for your podcast.
I don't have anything. I have to think about it.
You got to get on those dating apps to go find the funny stuff. You know.
I don't want to do the dating apps.
Have you done online dating?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are crazy stories. I just told the story last night. That's funny. This one guy, never trust the here only pictures. No, I'm attracted. You don't have to be super fine, 6-pack. You don't have to have it. But when you're like,
it helps if you're listening at home. It helps. We're not going to turn you away.
I'm not, but it's just not like up here for me. Anyway, but he was a barber. He had a nice beard, you could tell. He wore glasses, so never trust glasses either. So we met, I was like, it's not a real date. We can meet at IHOP. We met at IHOP. And when I walked in, he was probably as white as this table.
Less.
And I was like, okay, Shannon, you can lose weight. It's not a problem. And he took his glasses off, and I didn't know who he was looking at.
Oh, bless.
So I was
bless.
like, I can't.
How was his personality?
I'm not. He seemed to be nice. I didn't stick around long enough.
It's so hard because it's like you typically like the phenomenon of the online dating world as a whole boggles my mind. Like I never had that obviously, but because we were dating before. I was dating before the online stuff, but the phenomenon of like meeting someone that they don't have the opportunity for you to get to know them before you're on a date, right? Anyone I ever went on a date with, I had a time to like get to know them and decide if this is even someone I want to spend some time with.
We talked on the phone, so that was was it. But the meet and greet,
and you know if it's instant chemistry or not. I had one blind date in my life, and he was a very sweet man. But the second I walked in, I'm like, nope, like there's nothing here. It's not working. Your family is so sweet. I know they wanted us to work out, but
and see, that's what I should have done. This last person. But age 51 kicked in. Shani, you don't have long. Let's see what we can do.
He made sense on paper, didn't he?
This work. He did, but it wasn't me. It was, and I was trying to force a relationship, and I don't have to do that. So I was like,
no, I don't think so. I think that I mean. It's great when it looks good on paper, but we got to make sure that we like are compatible and have some chemistry and But you know, I got a bunch of girlfriends that actually met their husbands on like dating sites or online. I mean, it's a real thing.
It is real. It is real.
Oh, I got a good question I just thought of for you.
I'm scared.
No, it's not scary at all. So the dating. I don't know if you've dug into this on the podcast yet, but if so, you should make it an episode. The dating for younger people now looks nothing like what dating looked like at any other point in our history. Like it is literally, there is no dating, there is no courtship.
That is, our first show is on dating.
Yeah.
You didn't see my post?
No.
Do men I saw it promote. No, do women know what courting is when they're being courted? That's the first. Our first episode is about dating. What we think dating is. What is dating? How long do you date before it's just exclusive? You know, what does exclusive mean to you? And what does exclusive mean to him? Yeah, that's the whole show is on dating.
I'm so excited for that because like my goal, like chivalry is not dead.
I don't believe it is.
No, but I think it's not all on the men, right? Like I think a couple of things happen. One, women quit expecting it or demanding it, right? Oh, okay. Well, you don't want to take me to dinner before we hang out? Okay. You don't want to hold the door for me. You don't want to, pull my chair out for me. We didn't make the men like court us or date us.
Right. But get this. This is my transparency. The guy I was with, he was, door open, help pull our chair. And I think it got on my nerve.
Okay.
And I was like, you don't have to do that. I would open the door before we get to it. Why would I do that?
That's the other part of it.
You know what I'm saying? And I guess because I've been, sometimes the independent thing can jack you up. It can jack you up.
I think it's a key factor.
And it evidently jacked me up because it would irritate me to no end when he was just trying to be
like, I got
chivalrous.
this.
Right,
I got this.
I have it. And he's, Shannon, I'm supposed to open the door. Oh, you're taking too long. I can do it.
Hey, my husband,
so that was
he had to tell me one time, like, I would open the door for you, but you don't wait for me. And I was like, oh. So, I mean, it's literally, it's a conscious effort for me to like step back. But now, my boys are trained. They know to open doors and pull chairs out. But I have to like stop myself because I've been the independent woman that like, I got this. I can do this.
And then you said your boys are I told you I had a 16-year-old. I bet you better open that door for somebody. But here's your mom not wanting nobody to open the door for me.
There you go. Yeah. So we're going to mix signal. Are we saying?
I know, right? So I had to, that's what I said, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. I think that, what's your favorite thing? What's your favorite thing that a man will do for you or take you on a date? Or what's just your favorite, like, act that a man will do that makes you feel like, oh, this was, like, really good, really thoughtful, really sweet, really special?
I'm a simple chick. So just, if I did something different and you noticed it, just simple stuff. Or whatever. I'm always changing. You could never know what you get with me.
I mean, I love your hair's. It's got days of the week. So.
It's the longest I've had.
I like Tuesday hair.
I guess notice stuff, whatever. I'm one of my love languages is. Of course, I like gifts. I don't know any girl that don't like gifts. But simple stuff. You don't have to be out there at the spa $1 million check or nothing like that. You can come home with a rose.
That's me.
And I'm good.
You can pick flowers like out of the pasture.
Off the side of the road.
I'm fine.
You can't do bluebonnet, so we'll go to jail. But
And don't bring me anything I'm allergic to.
It's just simple stuff. I'm a simple girl, honey. We're not going out tonight. I cooked.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. Listen, I'll tell my husband he has never been hotter than when he is loading the dishwasher. Take your pants off now.
That's funny.
It's so funny. I think we overthink so much of it. Like, yes, okay, like my love language is physical touch. Like, I love play with my hair, rub my shoulders, hold my hand. But I think, like you're saying, when you go out of your way just to do something just a little different, a little something that breaks the monotony of the everyday routine that says, I see you, I notice you, I value you.
Or if I'm talking about something. Oh my God, I really need my feet done. Oh my God, and my back is really hurting. And then you surprise me with a massage, maybe.
Oh.
Just simple stuff.
Oh. Yeah, take me to bed or lose me forever.
She's hilarious.
Oh my gosh, this has been so much fun. I've got to wrap up with you so that I can go laugh and talk with Miss Vicky.
Oh, you're going to have a blast. She's amazing.
Beautiful smile, beautiful face. All right. So I will post where everyone can listen to your podcast
Please.
I'll put you on the spot and ask you to plug in.
I'm not doing it.
But you can find on your Facebook page. It is.
Now I have 1 million friends, so you can be my personal friend with Shandon Guignard if you like.
You want to be her personal friend. She's so
it's
fun.
amazing. Or you can go like Chucks and Stilettos. It's on Facebook as well and Instagram. And Flawless Finish Nail and Makeup Studio. And I also have a blog. I have a lot of stuff. I have a blog, my own personal blog page, Flawless Lifestyles.
Flawless Lifestyles.
Mm-hmm. The Chucks and Stilettos kind of push that out the way, but it's out there. You can like it. That's going to be.
You can wrap it all up together. Yeah. I'll put that in the show notes. I'll put all the places, and I can't wait for God to bless all the new ventures.
Aww.
I love you.
I love you more.
Thanks for being my friend. Thanks, X, for bringing her to my house.
That's funny. I hope you're watching.
Hey friends, if you're a parent like me, I don't have to tell you how scary of a time it is to be raising teenagers. While the internet is an amazing resource that brings us together each and every week, it can also be a playground for hidden dangers. That's why we at the Power Project have partnered with Bark, an app that's dedicated to help keep kids safe online and in real life. Last year alone, Bark helped protect nearly 3 million kids with their groundbreaking products for families and schools. By monitoring text messages, YouTube, emails, and 24 different social networks for potential safety concerns like cyberbullying, self-harm, violence, sexual predators, and more, Bark allows busy parents to rest easier knowing their kids are better protected from digital dangers. You can head over to bark.us and use promo code POWERPROJECT to save 15% off your order. That's bark.us, promo code POWERPROJECT. You guys, I told you that you were going to like my friend, and I certainly hope that you enjoyed our conversation. I know that I had an absolute blast spending the day with my girlfriends. I'll be honest, even if we didn't have a podcast to interview, I would have gone down and hung out with Shandon all day long because she brings joy to my soul every single time I'm around her. As always, if you like what you heard today, do me a favor, go write a review, rate us, and share us on all forms of social media. Don't forget to tune in to Shandon's podcast, Chucks and Stilettos, available anywhere you listen to podcasts. Find her on Instagram at Flawless Lifestyles, and then follow her on Facebook at Shandon Guignard. Also, make sure you like the Chucks and Stilettos Facebook page. As always, I can't wait to chat with you next week, but until then, go out and live your best purpose-filled lives.